Beautiful seekers, this is Clarity 1129. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm back with a pickacard reading for you, and the topic of today's reading is Will We Reconcile? And I will be live shuffling the tarot as well as the oracle cards. I'm not doing an energy check-in. I would like you to just choose a card using your intuition. I've got Lenormand cards here for you to choose from, and I will be incorporating them in the reading. All right, this was a very quick introduction. I think the need to do the reading has been very strong, and I've been trying to do this reading since yesterday. So I've got this slot, and I don't want it to get interrupted or it not to happen. So I just want to do it in one reading when I'm in the flow. All right, so and anyway, this is a very self-explanatory reading. We're going to just wing it. I mean, I don't have any questions written. I'm just going to put those cards out there and intuitively read the messages for you. All right, but it's very imperative that you use your intuition while choosing a pile, and if as the reading progresses you feel it doesn't resonate with you, do choose another pile if you're called to, or maybe this reading is not for you. These are general readings, so it won't fit in all the time, but don't lose your peace over something if it doesn't resonate with you. All right, so having got that out of the way, let me introduce you to the piles, dear seekers. We have three. Pile number one is the Lightseer's Tarot, or the House. The number 4 could be significant. Pile number 2 is the Star Spinner Tarot and the Clover card. The number 2 could be significant. And pile number 3 is the Mystic Mondays Tarot and the Tower card. The number 19, 10 or 1 could be significant. All right, so for those of you who are intuitive, the timestamps are there. I'll see you at your pile. And for those of you who benefit from that quick meditation to center yourself, let us begin. So dear seekers, sit with your spine erect, palms open, facing upward. Gently close your eyes. And when you're ready, gently take in a deep breath. Hold, center yourself, focus between your eyebrows, connect with your intuition, knowing that it will not lead you astray. When you're ready, exhale. Gently open your eyes, and the pile that calls you is yours. All right, if called to more than one, feel free, but do not force fit anything. I will see you at your pile. Pile number 1, those of you who've chosen the Lightseer's Tarot or this House card, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all doing well, and you've come into this reading with an intention and also with some positivity that whichever way this reading will go, it's not going to take from you. All right, tarot readings are meant to empower you, not to get you hooked onto them, not to get you to pine after whatever that you want. It's to give you some sort of clarity moving forward in a way to empower you. Now from this very card here, with the House card, the number 4, which signifies stability, and the inset of the King of Cups, I feel that while this connection was on, it was beautiful. For some of you, you may have been married to this person. For others of you, you dreamt of it. You had possibly made plans of it. It was stability was something that was important for both of you. With the inset of the King of Cups, I feel this person and you shared a lot of love for one another. And maybe one or both of you are water signs, doesn't have to be. But whoever is this King of Cups, the water sign, if there is, or who embodies this energy more, is possibly a person who feels very deeply but may not have let you, in on how they feel. I mean, even if you knew that there was something between the two of you, they may not have said it in so many words, though they have a whole lot of emotion for you, a whole lot of love. But stability was something both of you wanted. Also, it could be that, the fact that you're not together, which is why you've come to this reading, will we reconcile? Could be there were some differences because of your individual families. We will find out. Maybe there was an interference of a third party, someone outside your connection who's was permitted to come in and have their say, and the rift was caused because of that. Let us see. I'm keeping this card here, and we're going to shuffle your tarot cards. So, pile number 1. Will you and the person on your mind reconcile? I didn't say this in the introduction. That was such a bad, rotten shuffle. But I didn't say it in the introduction. But what I wanted to say is that this reading is intended to be for a love connection. However, you may use it for your friendship. For that, you'll have to use your discernment. I am going to treat it as though it is a love connection. All right? And, well, love is love. So ideally, if you had a falling out with anyone and you're not in contact with them, you're not speaking to one another, but you're energetically connected, then you can use this. It could be for a friend. It doesn't really matter. Spirit, please come through as I pull out cards for pile number 1. Will they reconcile with their person? Page of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Oh, wow. 3 of Cups. Do I need to carry on pile number 1 and the Hierophant? Oh my Lord. You can go home. You know what this reading is about. Of course you will. Bottom of the deck energy is the Empress. Once upon a time I used to go to the theater to watch a movie, and the hero comes in or something great happens, and a lot of hooting and whistling and all that happening in excitement. That's what I feel like with your reading. It's so beautiful, such a precious reading. So I will be I think I'll shuffle all the cards and keep them there so that we don't get interrupted in between. These are your advice cards. Just looking at these cards, I wonder, why aren't you together? Protection, bottom deck energy, passion. All right, wow. How often you come to readings like this? Humor and indecision. It's the last deck. I'm excited about your reading. A new romantic cycle begins. You're very close to achieving your goal. Oh my Lord, this is beautiful. All right, pile number one. First and foremost, know that you and your connection with this person is divinely protected. All right. Now, I told you that the inset is the King of Cups, and here, right in the center of your reading, is the Queen of Cups, divine counterparts. You also have the Hierophant and you have the Empress. All right. This is brilliant energy. If you were in a marriage or, and you were separate, you've just parted ways, the divorce hasn't come through, you've parted ways, or for some of you, even if the divorce has come through, you're not able to move on. You've tried a lot, but you both are magnetically connected and you want to give it a go. For some of you, there could be a kid involved. All right. And maybe it is for this kid that you want to come together. For some of you, maybe after the split, you've realized that you are pregnant. One of, you or your person is pregnant. And so this is an added reason why you want to come back together. But you're very strongly connected. There's a lot of love here. I don't know why this misunderstanding happened. There is definitely going to be a new beginning. There is definitely going to be a reconciliation. A new romantic cycle begins. Whoever's wronged the other, maybe both of you feel one person's wronged the other. Yes, there was a lot of pain here. You've been through a lot. All right. Look at that. The King of Cups again. Oh my God. This is so strong energetically, so strong. And I feel if both of you are water signs, then stability means so much to you. Cancer energy is very strong here. Also Scorpio, Taurus, and Pisces. And a bit of fire as well, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Beautiful, beautiful. Whoever is going to approach you, either your person's going to come to you, or if you've decided to go to your person and you do have that conversation, and you want to come back together, you obviously discuss all the things that went by and what worked and what didn't work. Ensure that you bring some humor to your conversation, With this says, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Don't try and nitpick on everything that went bad. I'm not telling you not to talk about major issues that went wrong in your connection, but don't start nitpicking. Finally, you both want to come back together. So those important things which upset you, which you don't want to repeat, yes, please bring it up. But don't start nitpicking on minor details, because we're all human, no one's perfect. All right. And if this person's very forthcoming and they want to start ahead, be very sure as to what you want when you're going to decide to come and meet with one another. How, maybe this person writes to you. At that time, with this indecision card here, I use my intuition in all aspects of life. When this person comes here, you should be sure of what you want. All right? Do not listen to a third person. Just listen to yourself. I have a feeling with this Three of Cups that's come here, with also those people there, I mentioned this in the beginning, I was feeling that it's outside your connection. Someone said something either to your person or to you, and it's just, they weren't required to be. You shouldn't let anyone into your connection, but you did. You or your person, or both of you. And which is why this is actually been blown out of proportion. You've had a separation, you've not been talking to one another, but you've been missing one another so much that you just want to come back. The pain was real. All right. And it's taught you lessons. Maybe it was meant to happen at this time, so that sometimes we don't appreciate what we have till we've lost it. And that's exactly what I'm getting with your connection here. Neither are you happy, nor is your person happy. And if there's a child involved, they are not happy either. And this is going to happen very soon. Maybe by Libra season. They're going to make you an offer. A solid offer. And if you've were not married in the past, and if you've just known each other from the time you're kids, or you've known each other when you were working, and then this was a beautiful romance, and then people came in and the things just fell apart before you realized it. Now you're getting a chance to come back together. There was a lot of passion in your connection, along with a lot of love. This time, if you were not married before, even if you were married before, this time you're definitely going to get married. Definitely. It's possible that the split happened because one person wanted to get married and the other didn't. One person wanted a home, wanted kids, the other person wasn't ready. But they are ready now. They're coming back. You were always the only one for them, as they were the one for you. And I guess you've done your work, otherwise this wouldn't happen. But I'm getting very strong third-party interference. And if you're coming back together, and if you are reconciling and speaking to one another, which is very, very strong, it's there on the cards, just look at it. I don't even have to say anything. Do make sure that nobody else comes in your connection. No one has a say. I always say this in every relationship reading of mine, that it's very important that there is trust between the two people in a relationship, that there is respect, or rather let's put it as respect, trust, love, and then communication. These four things are mandatory in a connection, no matter what the connection is, but especially in a connection which is your happily ever after. It has to happen. If you want it to be long lasting, it has to be there. Absolutely essential. And love won't carry you forward if you just have love and there's no respect. It's not going to work. Sooner or later, one person's going to get frustrated. If you have love but you don't have trust in one another, and you're going to check each other's phones and wondering whether this person's being honest, why be in such a connection? You have to trust the person 100%. You have to respect the other person, and that's mutual. It's not just one person doing it for the other, it's mutual. And you've got to communicate. There will be times wherein one or the other person hurts the other, says something which is not okay with the other, does something which is not okay with the other. Sit and speak it out. And don't play these passive aggressive games, mind games, expecting someone to read your mind. Just say it. Have that. And that's why I feel there should be friendship, which I feel with the Three of Cups there was. Friendship leading to a marriage, I feel, is one of the best ways of getting married, because there is this openness. You're able to speak to one another. You're on the same page. And that's very important. So if it wasn't there, you can bring that in, because there's a lot of passion. Maybe in the past the passion was so much, and then you jumped into a relationship before actually figuring one another out. And that's also okay. We do have arranged marriages, and they are absolutely wonderful. But there should be maturity, a willingness to inculcate friendship, to do things together, to want to do things, maybe you're interested in one thing and they are in another. Try and have mutual interest. That's always a plus point. But even if that isn't there, that's okay, as long as there is respect, trust, love, and communication. Nothing can go wrong. I mean, you will have ups and downs in your connection, but you will tide past it, because that's the solid foundation that you have. So keeping that in mind, I'm wishing you all the very best, pile number one. I mean, I had to speak so much because you have come here to the reading, but this was actually just a 5-minute reading. Will you reconcile? Every single card, including the bottom of the deck card, all are upright. And I have both reversals and upright in this deck, all right? And just look at that. Beautiful and lovely positive cards here. So by Libra season, you can expect this person to come with an offer. Do work on yourself, and remember, self-worth is all important. Also, use your intuition. If you feel that this person's come back, I don't see it happening here, but I have to put that out there for you, because this is a general reading. If the person comes back and they come in the same energy which led you to fall out with one another, please don't take this person back. All right? Notice the red flags. But if they've done the work on themselves and you are actually ready, which is what the cards say, then just go for it. Don't let your indecisiveness delay things or spoil things. And please do not let anyone else, be it your trusted friend, your parent, someone you listen to completely, don't get anyone in this relationship, and don't allow them to either. In a relationship in which two people come together, as it is, it's a difficult thing. You've come from different backgrounds, different upbringing, different thought processes, and you're coming together now. On top of that, if you have other people in the mix, it's never going to work. So keep that in mind. That's a huge lesson. Maybe that was the lesson you were meant to learn. But this is beautiful energy, and I wish you all the best. And I'd love to hear from you when things work out perfectly for you, and I'm sure it will. All right? And remember, whenever you feel that the ego is going up, use your humor, pile number 1. Life's really short, and you getting a second chance, go for it. This is beautiful. Sending you so much love and light. Bye-bye. Pile number 2. Those of you who've chosen the Star Spinner Tarot and this beautiful Clover card here, which is all about good luck. So if things were not looking good, the time seems right, to give it a second go. But let's see. The 6 of Pentacles is the inset card here. So it's time for you to have an equal give and take. Again, the number is 2, which talks about balance. So let's see. So pile number 2. Pile number 1 was a beautiful reading. It was so good. And I really feel with this Clover card that this should not be a bad reading either, but let's not get ahead of ourselves, all right? So I hope you're doing well, and I hope you've come here with the intention of, an open intention, in the sense that, yes, I want this to happen, but I am not pushing for it if it's not meant for me. If you come with that, intention in your mind, then things actually turn out in your favor. But if you want it, I don't care, whatever happens, I want it, that's when you know that if you're still being so clingy and so hell-bent on it, chances are that you haven't done the work on yourself, and that may be mirrored depending on your connection, and in that case, this would take time. So let's hope you've done the work and your person has too, and let's begin. Spirit, please let me know for pile number 2 and their person, will they reconcile? You get the 5 of Cups, the 8 of Wands, you get the 8, you've got 3 cards here, the 8 of Swords, the Judgment card, and the Devil, the Queen of Cups, and the 5 of Wands in reverse. Bottom of the deck energy is the 10 of Cups in reverse. Okay, I'm going to take out the other cards before we begin. I'm taking out the oracle cards as well. There's definitely, I'll let the suspense go away, but it's not so easy also, okay? Let's see. Let's come there first. Confidence, beautiful. Comfort, okay? Indecision, my God, this card came for the last group as well. And patience, okay. Prosperity lies ahead and show the world the real you. I didn't do that. Seeing the deck for the other pile, I was just called to. So with that clover card there, I feel that there is something nice waiting to happen. So let's see what this is. Balance, spirituality and practicality, and bottom deck energy, don't let the past hold you back. All right, pile number 2. Will we reconcile? In one word, yes, you will. Now let's get deeper into this. The thing is like this, that there's been a lot of sorrow after this separation. You get the 10 of Cups upright, in reverse. There was a lot of love here when it happened, and then for whatever reason you have the 2 of, oh look at that, look at this. You have the 6 of, the Lovers. Wow. Very strong connection here. Okay. Pile number 2. This was a very strong connection. All right, we've seen the Lovers here with the Queen of Cups here. There was a lot of love between the 2 of you, but things fell apart. And right in the center of your reading, you have the 8 of Swords, the Judgment and the Devil card here. And I feel very strongly that either you or your person, possibly both of you if you're mirroring each other with the Lovers card here, you may have had relationships in the past before this connection which didn't go well, which may have triggered you. And when you were with this person, while there was an easy comfort between the 2 of you and there was a lot of love, you triggered one another, and either one or both of you felt you were not good enough for the other. With the 8 of Swords, which is all in your head, self-limiting beliefs, and the devil played into it. And the best part is you will get a second chance with the Judgment card here. They will communicate. They have a lot of love for you. They also realize what it meant to not have you there, and they don't want to fight anymore with the 5 of Wands in reverse. They want to make things okay. But just like you have the Judgment in the center of your reading, when they come back, beautiful pile number 2. See, everything is conducive to them coming back because you may have been working on yourself, they may have been working on themselves. The time is right for you, but still the Judgment is surrounded by the 8 of Swords and the Devil. So you've got to be able to get out of this devil energy, which is telling you that you're not good enough for your person. Is it really that bad that they have to be covered? I don't think so, but anyway, okay. Maybe in the past, though you had a wonderful, easy connection going, and I feel for a lot of you, you had your happily ever after. Some of you may have even been married to one another or engaged. Doesn't have to be. But there were many things that you didn't see eye to eye about, which is a natural thing in any relationship. But more than anything, I feel whoever was the person who is to get triggered more, if you are the one, you will know, or if it was your person, you will know that as well. This person's the person who gets triggered most in this connection, the one who's, let me just put this card here. I really want to know, Spirit, what is this Eight of Swords about? What is this Eight of Swords about? Ten of Pentacles. Please tell me about this. The Death, and this was the bottom deck energy. It's come again. With the Moon at the bottom of the deck energy, you have the Ten of Pentacles, Death in reverse, Ace of Wands in reverse, Four of Wands, and the Tower. You had, for a lot of you, you may have been married, as I said earlier, or you had the intention of getting married to one another. Okay, and this is what you wanted to build, a legacy. But you triggered one another. One of you feels that the other, it's like one has put the other on the pedestal and not felt good enough about themselves. Maybe whoever that person is may have been possessive. And when the other person was confronted, and maybe this happened a couple of times, where this person who feels insecure gets jealous and confronts the other person, and then they just snapped. Maybe you were very close to getting married, maybe you were very close to it, and then suddenly, this person just lost it. When maybe you pushed as well. If that is you, or if it's the other way around, you can, because the other person, the person who was insecure, maybe, really getting extremely possessive and clingy and not trusting. And then the whole point was, why are we getting into this marriage if there's no trust? Well, you're getting into this marriage, pile number 2, because there was a lot of love here. There still is. Both of you want that happily ever after. You want to build together. But in the past, this could not be transformed, and you were one another's emotional fulfillment. You wanted to have your Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, but the Ten of Cups just came out because of this lack of trust in the other person, because of lack of self-worth. There will be a second chance. Don't rush it. Because with the Patience card here, I accept everything happens in divine order. Unlike pile number 1, where I said it's very close. This is going to happen. There will be a reconciliation. But when you come into balance, when you're sure about yourself, when you understand the concept of self-esteem, self-confidence, when you're comfortable in who you are. For a lot of you, I feel you are not comfortable in who you are, or they were mirroring the same. Maybe you had maybe it was your physical appearance or their physical appearance for them, depending. Or maybe one or either of you were worried about your coin. One is, richer than the other. You were not good enough, something or the other, or you were not as educated enough as the other person. As long as we have a mind, it can always conjure up a million things for things to go bad. 8 of Swords energy, and you've allowed it to happen with the Devil here, you as well as your person, which is why a perfectly beautiful relationship wherein two people love each other, everything is going perfect. You have the Lovers card there. but then you trigger each other. But the best part is all divine connections usually end up like that, because all you talk about divine counterparts and twin flames and soulmates, and it sounds very romantic, but those relationships are here for a reason. They are here to trigger you so that you be your best self, you become the best version of yourself, and that will come only through pain, and this separation has happened so that you can work on yourself and don't let the past hold you back. Maybe you've had a problem in your past, previous relationship. Maybe this is a pattern that you carry since your childhood. Maybe you don't trust the other person because you've been abandoned before, or you are perceived to be abandoned. Sometimes it happens, little children, when they don't get the attention they need at whatever time. You never know how a child thinks, what they're absorbing, what conclusions they're reaching, and they're not grown up enough to tell you what it is, because this happens at a very young age. So you start developing patterns, and you're meant to use your intuition on all aspects of your life. That way you don't be indecisive about the other person as well as yourself. But you've got to let go of all those issues and work on yourself, come into balance, come into a place wherein you don't need this other person. You're complete in yourself. You love them, but your self-respect matters. You're confident in who you are. The way you look, the way you are, what you earn, whatever your background is, you are very comfortable in who you are. When you reach this energy is when you get the second chance with the Judgment card here. Till you do that, this person's not coming back. If they come back, you will split. Again here, like the other pile, you have very strong water energy here, and you have Capricorn. Very strong Scorpio, Cancer, Capricorn, and Pisces energy here. So will we reconcile? Yes, you will. But it all depends on how much work you've done on yourself. As I was telling pile number 1, the 4 basic tenets of a good relationship: respect, trust, love, and communication. All right? And it's very important. And here, trust is not there because you don't believe in your own self. So you've got to work on yourself and then let them come in. And when they come in, they should have come a changed person. If they are exactly the way they were, still getting triggered by you, then you're not ready yet. But I don't think they're going to come back till the work is done. And how you're going to meet is going to be serendipitous. All right? So I'm not giving you any sort of time frame, but I can give you the assurance that if you do the work, you will definitely reconcile. With the Clover card here, luck is in your favor. All right? But come together as two equals. With the Lovers card here, if one or the other is putting the other on a pedestal for whatever reason that you feel that they're more special than you are, this is not going to work. So you have to come to a place wherein you're comfortable in who you are, you know your worth, and you meet as two equals. And whatever you put into the connection is going to be equal from both sides. Yes, some days someone has to pitch in a little more, some days someone else. But you don't just be the giver all the time or the taker. All right? It has to be with the 6 of Pentacles there. It has to be equal give and take. So you've got the Lovers, you've got the 6 of Pentacles, we've seen the 10 of Pentacles, and we've seen the 10 of Cups, Queen of Cups. Beautiful. It's a divine connection without a doubt. But then it's that much harder for you to come to into union, because you really need to work or the universe won't bring them back. All right? So that is all I have for you, pile number 2. I wish you all the best to, actually in your healing journey, because it's not easy to pull out all our patterns, sit with it without fooling ourselves, working towards letting it go, talking to ourselves very kindly, so that you know your worth. No matter anyone else sees it or not, you should know who you are. You should know that you're lovable. Till you come into that energy, there's no point inviting anyone else into your life, because you will jeopardize it. You may blame the whole world, but it'll be you who brings it to an end. All right? I know it doesn't sound very nice, but it is the truth. Will there be a reconciliation? Definitely. When? It's in your hands. All right? Sending you so much love and light. Bye-bye. Pile number 3. Those of you who've chosen the Mystic Mondays Tarot or this beautiful Tower card, the number 19, 10 or 1 could be significant. Welcome to your reading. I hope you're all doing well. I think you are, you know. I know you must be wondering how presumptuous of me, but the fact is that I really feel this connection happened. Then you fell apart and you walked away from there. You were not treated right, and you decided enough is enough, and you walked away from here. Instead is the 6 of Swords. You said, I'm going to make peace here, but I'm not going to stay in a connection where I'm not respected, I'm not trusted, and there's no communication, or basically where I'm not treated right. I'm not staying here, is what I'm feeling. And you've worked on yourself. You've really worked on yourself. And this Tower, unlike the card in the tarot, which talks about everything breaking down, foundations not being solid, in this case, you've built yourself up. This is beautiful energy. You've decided to take back your power and work on yourself. All right? And for you, if this person, you know, I get such strong Queen of Wands energy. I wouldn't be surprised if I see it. But I feel that you've done the work on yourself now, because you said enough is enough. I poured into this connection. This connection meant a whole lot to me, but I'm not okay with not being treated right. And like an absolute queen or king, you walked away from there, which is beautiful. Wonderful, wonderful energy, all right? Wow, look at that. The 2 of Cups and the High Priestess in reverse. There was a lot of love there. There still is, but there were some secrets. And those are possibly going to get revealed now. Maybe for some of you, you sense your person is keeping something from you and that wasn't okay with you. They wouldn't answer even if you confronted them, and so you decided to walk away. And now those secrets are going to be revealed. So pile number 3, we are going to begin. Spirit, please come through. Will pile number 3 and their person reconcile? Does that want to come out? Will pile number 3 and their person reconcile? 4 of Wands in reverse. 10 of Cups upright. Wow. Princess of Swords upright. Temperance in reverse. And the Princess of Wands upright. Bottom of the deck, energy, Death upright. Let me also pull out the other cards before we get into your reading. Pile number 3. Will you reconcile with your person? Happiness. Okay. Bottom deck energy, disruption. Okay. Envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Bottom deck energy. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Look at the bigger picture. Your dreams need a practical plan. Okay, pile number 3. Let's get into this. Okay. So pile number 3, there's been a huge ending here in your relationship. For a lot of you, it could be marriage with the 4 of Wands in reverse. And with this disruption card here, it's not been a small thing. It's been a huge rift that you've had. I've seen a lot of swords energy here, the Knight of Swords here, and we have the Page of Swords. There could have been harsh words spoken, and you've decided enough is enough, and you're the one who's walked off. All right, and it's taken a lot of strength for you to be able to do that, a lot of strength. But you said, I'm okay going the distance alone, but I'm not going to go with somebody who does not respect me. And there's been a lot of heartbreak. It wasn't easy, definitely wasn't easy, but you had to do it. You stood up for yourself, and I'm so proud of you. Pile number 3, beautiful. You believed in yourself and you walked away, and now you want to know whether you will reconcile, because you did have your 10 of Cups with this person. Now you do have the 10 of Cups upright, the Princess of Swords and the Princess of Wands here. Will you reconcile? Pile number 3. Maybe you will, but it might be a long while, because right now with the Temperance in reverse, there's no balance. Not in your connection. You have taken your power back. You've gone to build on yourself. But you know that this relationship was totally off. Only you were possibly putting in the effort, the person wasn't. There may have been a lot of ego hassles here. You may have known each other when you were children, you know, and maybe you argued a lot and patched up, but after becoming adults, I feel that it isn't as simple anymore, and you're not willing to just take anything that they say. And I feel they've got a very sharp tongue. They say anything they feel like. They may or may not apologize later. But there was a lot of love, but it was immature, I feel. I don't see any kings anywhere. We have just knights and pages here. And there could have been a third party situation. I was feeling that on their end. Or maybe you picked it up and they wouldn't say it. As I said, you know, when I saw the High Priestess in reverse and she's come up again. I feel this person right now I feel this person is watching you from a distance, and this person actually might reach out to you with the Princess of Wands, because I remember somewhere seeing the passion card here. There's a lot of passion between the two of you as well. and this person may be missing you, and they will reach out with a very what do you call, superficial kind of message, basically to test the waters, and I feel it's going to come. All right, and that's because they're feeling that passion towards you. They want to patch up, but there's immaturity here on their end. I find that very strongly. And if they're going to come to you, they have nothing solid to offer. They may be looking at you on social media. You've pulled your power back. You've built a foundation. They're seeing the glow up. Now they want to be a part of it. And so they're going to reach out. They will want to reconcile. But they're very much out of balance is what I feel. And while you used to be very emotionally fulfilled with this person, and so did they really have to step up. Otherwise, you'll start the same patterns again. For some of you, maybe they used to fight with you because you were doing really well, better than them. And there was this sort of envy, that you are better than them, you're doing better than them. Maybe you both started off, as I said, as children, or young adults. Maybe you have the same profession and you started doing really well, and that didn't go well with this person. And then there were trust issues. And so they kept from you, secrets from you. And maybe to spite you, they've gotten some sort of third party. They may have cheated on you with the Three of Cups here and the Three of Swords. And you said that's not okay with me because I've been very sincere. I've given my all. If you've got your problems, work on yourself. You work on your work. Don't tell me not to work. So this ending may have been quite painful, very painful. All right. And you are working on yourself. You're working on your happiness. There is no plan here. This person has no plan. When they miss you, I find it very immature energy. If they reconcile right now, they just want to reconcile to have a good time, and you will be following the same patterns, because though you have done the work, pile number 3, I don't think this person has. This person loves you. I'm not saying there's no feeling. We had the Knight of Cups there. This person feels a lot of passion. They have a lot of love, and they're very comfortable with you. They're very comfortable with you. You bring them a lot of joy, and maybe they bring maybe when you first got together, you loved their boyish charm, but now that boyish charm is getting to you. And this may be, what I said maybe just for a few of you, because you can, work on the gender, who's what, and however you identify. That doesn't matter. But there was something about their childlike energy that appealed to you, and that's the same thing that's bugging you right now, because they just wouldn't take responsibility for anything. The blame was always on you. You had the onus to get things right. And then there was disrespect, there was cheating possibly, and that's when you've said enough is enough. And you walked away, and you're doing great. And I love that for you, pile number 3. This person has no plan as to what to do after this hello, after testing the waters. But you being told to look at the bigger picture. Is this what you really want? Because right now, if you come back together with this person, they are more than happy to reconcile. But if you come back with this person, you will be doing most of the heavy lifting and the connection. This person's not ready yet. It's definitely not ready yet. So pile number 3. Answer to your question will be reconcile. Possibility is there. But whether you want to is something you've got to ask yourself, because no one else can do that for you. Follow your intuition, meet with this person, see if they've changed. Maybe for one odd person it would have changed, but it's definitely not visible here. So if you feel they've done the work, and if you feel you want to give it a shot again, you can. But if that was really painful before and you feel that they are, just move ahead with caution because they don't have a plan. I don't see it here. You can't go the distance with love alone and with charm and passion alone. You need a lot to make a connection, like this tower, solid. So there will be a chance for reconciliation. This person may write you very soon, maybe as close, maybe just the end of this month, Leo season. I feel this person can actually write to you. This could be a fire and air connection, doesn't have to be. There's also strong Scorpio here, Aquarius, Gemini. I don't see Libra so much. Leo again, and Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, more Pisces here. And we have the High Priestess as well or somewhere. Anyway. Pile number 3. You've been working on yourself and you're at a very comfortable place. And if you're seeing this reading, it's basically you just want to just see where things are at. You will get an opportunity. This person is definitely missing you like crazy, and they miss the passion, and they will reach out. If you want something casual, that's fine, because they don't have anything planned. And if you actually take this forward, you will be doing all the work all over again. So the ball is in your court. It will be in your court soon. This person will reach out, and whether you want to reconcile is in your hands. But use your intuition and watch out for red flags. All right? But kudos to you for the work you've done. And it's because of the work that you've done that this person's coming to you. You've become a magnet. So it doesn't have to be this person. It could be someone else. You look at the larger picture of what's good for everybody and take your decision accordingly. But you are in the place of power. So choose wisely. Sending you so much love and light. Bye-bye.